more big trade news in the NFL. Another one this one definitely a surpriser. Remember the Green Bay Packers? They brought back Aaron Rodgers on a really big contract. Yeah, we thought Devante Adams was part of the package deal. He was on the franchise tag after all. Well, nope. The Packers shipped him off to the Las Vegas Raiders for a first-round pick this season and also a second-round pick in this draft. And the Raiders immediately obliged Devante Adams, who wanted a new contract. Yeah, 5 years, $141 million. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
The Super Bowl odds for both teams, Raiders improved a little bit, 60-1 to 50-1, even though they still have the lowest odds to win the AFC West. We know how all three teams chasing the Chiefs have been very active in free agency. The Packers odds dropped just a bit, 11-1 to 12-1, and they still have the second best odds in the NFC behind the Bucs. Needless to say, big hole for the Packers to replace. Drake, what was your reaction to this news?
So when we did the show on Tuesday, I want to say we talked about Aaron Rodgers signing his big contract. And I remember we referenced, Devante Adams said he was not interested in being franchised. Now, we know players say that and the organization say, yeah, we hear you, but we're going to franchise you. Like, there's nothing you can do to stop it other than you cannot play, and then that hurts you more than it hurts us. So Devante Adams say he don't want to go on a franchise tag. Then we get the news where Aaron Rodgers, he signed his big deal, paying him like $50 million a year or whatever. Then Devante Adams get franchise tag. And I remember saying, well, I know he didn't want to get franchise tag, but maybe the only caveat he had to that was, hey, I signed the franchise tag if it means getting Rodgers back, because that's my all-pro, teammate there. And that's who I want throwing the ball to me. But then, to the credit of Cody there, our third guy, then it seems as if maybe Adams actually paid attention to what Rodgers signed and was like, hold up, I'm going to play on the franchise tag. I'm a top 5 quarterback. I get it. He did 2-time MVP. Got it. No arguments there. But I'm good at my position too. I don't want to get paid top 5 money. I want to get paid number 1 money. So we need to figure this out. Lo and behold, Green Bay found the trade partner. The Raiders was willing. Listen, and we knew the Raiders was in the market for a wide receiver. Hey, listen, they lost their former first-round pick, to drinking and driving, pretty much. And we know what happened there. But we knew they was in the market for a new receiver, and that new receiver turned out to be Devante Adams. Now, I guess my question is, where was Aaron Rodgers when this news went down? Because what I failed to realize at the time that Devante Adams is exiting the building. Anonymous St. Brown signed with the Bears. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is a free agent. Hold up. So the guys that we already didn't like, they're not even there. I mean, we say the Packers 10-year Allen Lazard and brought back Randall Cobb. I wonder how excited Aaron Rodgers is for that duo. Jay, I'm gonna take I want to know what the over and under is for Aaron Rodgers making it through this contract, because I'm definitely taking the under. This look like 2 years at the most if he make it through next year. Because my problem is this, Jay. Even if you went and drafted listen, it's the Green Bay Packers. You get the picks from the Raiders. The Raiders was a playoff team, so I don't know how high their first round pick is. Even if you pick, let's say, the second or third best wide receiver, he ain't no Devante Adams. And who the hell to say that wide receiver can't even get along with Aaron Rodgers? So you would have to find an all-pro receiver in free agency. Oh, what do you know? It's not. really any of them out there. Maybe it's an Odell Beckham out there or something, but it's not a guy that's as productive as Devante Adams. And then so if you want a guy as productive as Devante Adams, guess what you got to do? You got to trade for him. Now what you got to do? Give up them same picks that you just got for Devante Adams and a little more. Jay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Green Bay going to have some stuff to figure out now. Because when they had Devante Adams, we was all right with the one-man band. Now you don't got him. Hey, Aaron, look, A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones don't play wide receiver. They just don't. They're going to have to figure it out. With that said, Devante Adams. Now, in the last segment, I was talking about the Las Vegas Raiders saying, hey, they're a team that still they made the playoffs last season. They're a team that can make some noise this season for sure. And do you know with Devante Adams going back and linking up with Derek Carr that this is the fourth quarterback wide receiver college combo in the NFL right now? Just
so let me see if I can get them. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and Tua, and Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith.
Yep. And then we got Allen and Carr now. That's all four, baby. Look at you. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, chicken dinner. So they back together now. You know, that powerhouse that they had at Fresno State, I guess they want to rekindle that flame there, that national champion winning team. I mean, I'm not even sure if they played in the BCS Bowl together. Either way, they in their mindset, there was a pretty lethal combination. So I think this will help Derek Carr because Derek Carr, it seems to me, and this is what I like about this situation, is Derek Carr is starting to finally get some respect in his organization where he's starting to get players to compliment him, it seems. Like, the man just been, like, so underrated that, like, I just think, like, John Gruden was just drafting to make the Raiders better. He didn't give a rip about Derek Carr. And, but when they had Jack Del Rio now, Jack Del Rio, what him and Derek Carr was step for step. That's why I was very surprised when they fired him, because I thought they was heading the right direction with those two. I get it. John Gruden, big TV personality. When you talk about business, it's the right play business-wise. But now that Derek Carr got a new head coach that seems to believe in him, and these pieces are getting kind of placed around him, I'm telling you, man, the Raiders, they something to deal with. The Raiders Super Bowl odds improved slightly from 60-1 to 50-1. I mean, I can't be mad. Wide receiver can't move the odds that much, but I do think their odds are going to get better as the season goes, as we see them maturate. You got to think, Josh Jacobs, he should be able to find more holes now. Offensive line probably could use a piece or two. We'll see how that goes. But, Josh Jacobs, he could find a hole. Now, Darren Waller should get more looks now because, everybody know who Devante Adams is. So, and I guess you could say everybody know who Darren Waller is. But at the end of the day, somebody got to be left with one-on-one coverage. I forgot whoever they got on the other side, but he ain't irrelevant for this conversation. So, like, I have to think, right, Jay? So it's kind of like what I was saying with Deshaun Watson. So they gave up the picks, and then he goes over to the Raiders and signed a 5-year, 141. I need to ask that owner with his ugly haircut where he get out. He shell out some money to some receivers. He did the same thing with Antonio Brown. Now, I don't think Devante Adams is going to pull Antonio Brown, but he did the same thing. He got him, he traded some picks, whatever, and then he gave him a max contract, only for him to jump in the pool and cuss out the GM and do all this other crap he did. I like this move. Another feather in the cap for the AFC West, which is, listen, hey, Jay, we used to talk about the NFC West, right? We used to be like, hey, they're NFC West, best division in football. It seems like now we still in the West Division, but we in the other conference. I think this conference is going to be hard to beat when you're talking about just from top to bottom. Like, a lot of big moves didn't happen just in this conference. Just in this conference. I mean, I'm sorry. Just in this division. Just this, like, come on, man. Like, Russell Wilson, Khalil Mack, Devante Adams. And I mean, Mike Williams got re-signed. And it's other moves, man. With Chandler Jones. It's other moves. But listen, Devante Adams, 5-year, 141. I do think he deserved it, by the way. Nothing bad to say about Devante Adams at this point. It's just probably one of those things where he felt like he should have got paid. Now he got paid. He should be happy. But the thing is, where are the Green Bay Packers as this sit today? That's what the question we got to ask, Jay. How does this affect the Green Bay Packers at this point?
I need an interview with this Packers GM just to be like, yo, what is going on? Like, the minute I think he didn't came out of the GM rehabilitation program, and I think he finally started. He didn't spend the past 2 years doing the 10-step program and making amends to Aaron Rodgers for that stupid first-round pick that got wasted. Maybe Jordan Love will play wide receiver. Maybe that's what we'll do. But he's been spending 2 years getting back on track from that, and he gets Aaron Rodgers. He pays him a boatload of money, and now, hey, remember that time? Remember we was complaining about you only had one receiver? We got zero now because Devante Adams. Goodbye. It's stunning because I'm with you. I thought Devante Adams would be willing to take the franchise tag if Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball. I'll take the franchise tag for a year. We'll try to win this thing, and then if you franchise tag me again, then we're gonna have a problem. So I'd really be curious to what happened with that, because that seemed like that was the plan.
Right.
And now, yeah, I'm surprised that Green Bay's odds didn't fall more, because I understand Aaron Rodgers is that dude. I get it. But what you gonna do though? Like Lazard, Randall Cobb, Amari Rodgers, maybe Robert Tonyan comes back at tight end with Mercedes Lewis. Aaron Jones gonna be split out wide a lot. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be AJ Dillon get in the backfield. We're gonna load you up with 20 a game. Aaron Jones, you're gonna get about 10 carries, 10 targets. Because that we just, what do you want to do? I will say this. They get the 22nd pick, 22nd overall pick from the Raiders. I assume they still have their own pick. In terms of drafting a wide receiver, if not now, when? You're gonna because as you say,
they ain't got no choice but to draft one. I'm just saying you got a big hole to fill.
Well, because as you say, there's not any. You're not going to get anybody in free agency close to Aaron Rodgers, and the guys with name recognition are either aging fast, like AJ Green, Emmanuel Sanders, guys like that, and the other dudes who perhaps still have some good tread on the tires, but those tires are busted up right now in the role of torn ACLs. So I don't quite understand what Green Bay's doing here. Part of me I do have a wild conspiracy theory. Aaron Rodgers just, and this is it. Aaron Rodgers just hates Gutekunst so much that he didn't play them for all the money in the world, and then he just said, "Look, hey, Devante, I got mine. It's been a pleasure, brother. Go get your money. Just make a stink of it. Hey, man, this is BS. He got all this money. I want some. I can't get it now." And Devante got all the money in the world right now. And maybe Aaron Rodgers just don't care about winning. I don't think that's true. That's just, that would be hilarious to me. Aaron Rodgers hold this much of a grudge that he's gonna sabotage everybody, because right now it's kind of like I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I guess he'll get heat in the form if the Packers don't have a good season because he took all the money. But I can't blame him but so much now, since you could have had Adams on a franchise tag for a year, and you could have had the same team. And Green Bay's a formidable team with those two, and then their defense was solid. Two good running backs, solid. They got everything.
Right.
Devante Adams not being a wide receiver, who do you game plan for? Like who that wide receiver? Like it's no one's scared. Lazard, I think he's been improving. He's a solid player, but he's not a one. Cobb's not a one. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be tough for Green Bay. Anyway, the Raiders, they obviously will be pleased to have a dude like this who not gonna act a fool. I hope not anyway, but it is Vegas. So between Watson and Adams, there's a lot of money dished out in some trades. And Devante Adams, I'm sure he'll come out there, his old college quarterback. I think that'll be exciting to see for the Raider fans. Forms a lethal 1-2 punch with Darren Waller, I think. Don't forget about Hunter Renfrow, how great he was on the inside this year. Chandler Jones, as you say. I mean, that arms race in the AFC West is something. Denver out here swinging with Russell Wilson. The Chargers, J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, re-signing Mike Williams, and now the stuff that the Raiders doing. The Chiefs gonna have to be ready. I tell you what. But
I mean, the Chiefs did get Juju, so I mean that's something.
That's something. It's not what these other teams are doing, but I mean I don't think like the Chiefs. I guess still right now, I definitely say they're the favorites because they still got Mahomes. But I mean, all these teams are gunning for them. And as far as Green Bay, I mean, at least they play in a pretty questionable division. I will say that. Like, I mean, Minnesota might be able to make a run at him with O'Connell. Maybe he fires something up, and Kirk Cousins will do just enough. But as far as the Super Bowl without Devante Adams, nah, man. Nah, I'm not looking at Green Bay as seriously as I was yesterday or the day before they did this.